What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and once again, welcome back to the Modern Warfare 3 Remastered mod here on Horizon Modern Warfare. Here for today's video, there's a whole lot of things that I want to talk about as it pertains to Horizon Modern Warfare, but first and foremost, I wanted to thank you guys very much for the support on the tutorial video that I did. Seeing a whole lot of support on that, seeing the amount of players that have gotten on the client since then has been amazing to see. And obviously, of course, I wish we can keep that kind of population going for not just this client, but for all of the Call of Duty PC clients. And that really is the beauty of it, because they're all readily available to us. In most cases, it's literally just a matter of get on the game. But ever since I uploaded the tutorial though, one of the biggest questions that I've consistently seen is something that is actually answered within the FAQ in the Horizon Discord, which again, feel free to join into that. One of the biggest questions, and really one of the most understandable concerns about this mod, is what is Activision going to do? Can Activision shut this down? And of course, the reality of the situation is that yes, Activision can shut this down at any point in time. Not to be all like, leave the billion-dollar company alone. Of course, it is Activision's IP, and they are well within their rights to do something about this, of course. But the thing is, as it pertains to Horizon Modern Warfare, is that this client is actually open source. This client, this whole mod, I don't know if that was a big difference with something like SM2 or even H2M in the first place. I don't think they were open source. So really what that means is, if a client or really anything on the internet is open source, like if you have access to the code, source code, files, whatever it might be, to a program, software, again, whatever it could be, once it's out there on the internet, it's out there on the internet. Meaning that, yes, of course, Activision could shut this down. They could tell the Horizon Modern Warfare guys, hey, you gotta stop this. But also at the same time, what that means is that somebody else could just take the source code, files, whatever it might be for this, and just relaunch it under a completely new name. Dude, the AS-50 in this, I know I said it in the original tutorial video, but this thing rips. That guy is 6 Prestige, he's a gamer. And the thing is too, with this being open source, this actually isn't the first time that we've seen this kind of thing for a Call of Duty PC client. One of the best examples that I can think of personally is really all of the Modern Warfare 2 clients that we've seen over the years. Obviously right now we have MW3 which just has a little history lesson for Modern Warfare 2 on PC. We have seen these kind of mods for a very, very long time. Like one of the earliest mods for Modern Warfare 2 PC was called Liberation. Hold on, gotta go for the spawn shot here real quick. Alright, awesome. Alright, awesome. Alright, awesome. So again, for example, in the case of something like Modern Warfare 2, we had Liberation as one of the earliest mods for the game. Then we had things like 4 Delta 1, Reps, Rocket V2. I think there was also Rxqe as well. For me personally, one of my earliest memories was installing 4 Delta 1, and I want to say that was back in like 2012, 2013. It was when I was like getting my first taste of Call of Duty on PC, when I was playing like COD 4 Death Run. But again, of course, nowadays we have MW3, as most of you are already familiar with. Right now, MW3 is on Ultraware, but if you remember a couple of years ago, it was a part of X Labs. Okay, this is really getting out of hand here. Alright, we got Harriers, a Pavlo. Yeah, we gotta get all of this out the sky right now. So the thing is though, is that all of these old Modern Warfare 2 clients at some point in time or another had been cease and desisted, they had been taken down, but the source code has been readily available this whole time, so these clients just keep coming back. In my personal experience, I've played 4 Delta 1 back in the days. I was very familiar with Rocket V2. Some of the earliest videos on my YouTube channel dating back to like early 2017, 2016, there was a lot of Rocket V2 videos that I made at the time. And the thing is though, is that I never really understood like what happened at the time. Like I never heard of them getting cease and desisted. I don't remember exactly what the case was, but it was always something like, oh, Rocket V2 is moving to MW3 or something like that. But case in point though, again, is that these kind of things have happened a lot, and again, source code just gets updated, somebody else takes it over. But yeah, so I really hope that kind of understands and paints a better picture as to what the possibility is, what's going on. Yes, of course, this can get shut down. Will it get shut down? Maybe. It's entirely possible. I would expect Activision to do something about it. But again, the problem for them is that, actually, my friend Jordan Espresso made a very good point, a very good comparison, that, like, all of these kind of Call of Duty clients, especially when they're open source, it's like weeds in a garden. You might pull up the weeds, you might cease and desist one thing, but they're just gonna pop up again somewhere else, as we've seen and discussed with all of the old Modern Warfare 2 clients from back in the day. But also at the same time, though, assuming that Activision obviously is well aware of what's going on, I still hope that this kind of gauges interest for them. I feel like this is a very good thing. Like, you have to own MWR, so they're still getting money from the MWR purchases, but also I would hope that it gauges their interest in just showing that, hey, this is what a lot of players want, even if it's just a small sample size of like a couple hundred people playing the client. Now, I know we've had this conversation a whole lot as to how it pertains to these old games getting remastered. I'm not gonna get into the whole, yeah, MW2 Remastered discussion and whatnot, because I've yapped about that endlessly, but at the same time, though, I would really hope that Activision can see this kind of thing and be like, damn, it really is that simple. Because this this client here is essentially the best of, and really is just a remastered trilogy of the original Modern Warfare games. Of course, Activision could totally release a game like this, and honestly, at some point in time, I wish they would, but it really is just this simple, an old school, classic feeling Call of Duty game, just the best of Call of Duty. There's something so amazing and so simplistic about these older games, and they just hit so much harder. Is it just nostalgia talking? Maybe, but is it just the games and how they play? Maybe as well. Yeah, this game here was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. We were on the receiving end of that spawn trap all game, but that does remind me real quick, now that I'm level 36, I finally have access to my Stinger once again, so that's great. Please, again, everybody, make your support classes just one class with a Stinger on it and cold-blooded. I know I definitely repeated myself like a million times in that, but I hope that kind of answers the whole FAQ of what's gonna happen to this game. Now, one of the next things that I did want to talk about, speaking of prestiging and speaking of having to recreate your classes here, I'm first prestige level 36. I know a whole lot of people were still kind of curious about the whole unlock all situation with this game, and the reality is that it really does not take a very long time to level up in this game. I would say within like a day or two, I was already at level 70. Just playing for a couple of hours, completing challenges, because also a lot of the ways that you unlock things in this game is just by completing simple challenges that you do by just playing the game. What I will say is kind of a downside, only just because I was expecting this to be like Modern Warfare Remastered, given it's running off the MW3 engine, is that prestiging in Modern Warfare Remastered allowed you to have a prestige unlock token. If you don't know what prestige tokens are from back in the day, basically when you prestige, you would get one extra reward to go with it, whether that be choosing it to unlock a permanent item, unlock an extra creative class slot, things like that. And depending how you look at it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, prestiging in this game is exactly like the OG MW2. There is no prestige unlock tokens, but what you do get is your extra creative class slots. Considering it's the OG prestige system, when you unlock your extra creative class slots, you get custom class 6 at prestige 1, a custom class 7 at prestige 3, 8 is at 5th prestige, 9th is at 7th prestige, and then 10th is at 9th prestige. You gain one every other prestige, which nowadays in Call of Duty, most COD players would have a heart attack over that. Oh my god, what do you mean I don't get 10 creative class slots off rip? No, you actually used to have to earn them. You used to had to earn things while playing Call of Duty. Crazy. But also, that's such a huge reason as to why Prestige Mode was so valuable back in the day. Again, it's that whole risk reward. Yeah, you lose everything. It sucks losing everything, but also it creates a natural player incentive to just play the game, and you get rewarded for doing so. Now, of course, I won't sit here and be like, oh, it should be like the OG Prestige system. You should lose absolutely everything. What I do think is really nice about this mod, and really about new Call of Duties in general, I think they really started it with Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't remember it being the case in like Advanced Warfare or BO3 at the time, but prestiging in Modern Warfare Remastered at the time, and basically ever since then, you do keep your camo progress, which is really nice if you're camo grinding. And again, obviously, such is the case here with the mod, you do keep all of your camos and everything that you've unlocked as far as customization goes, which is really nice. You do have to unlock the attachments again, but really, that's not a problem. As far as snipers go, it's getting 50 kills, and then you unlock extended mags again. It's really not hard to unlock things, and even the perk challenges that you gotta do again, like getting things like Sleight of Hand Pro, where you gotta kill somebody, reload, kill somebody again within 3 seconds. You only gotta do that 10 times. It's not hard. Slightly annoying? Sure. But the reason why I'm yapping about this so much is because I really can't stress this enough. It feels so good to naturally want to get on and unlock stuff again in Call of Duty. That's why I love Prestige Mode, the classic Prestige Mode, even in Black Ops 6 this year with the newest COD. Black Ops 6 on launch with the way that they did the Prestige system in that game, amazing. Your UAV Yo! That wallbang was absolutely filthy. Oh my god. I know I was just talking about it a little bit ago, but man, it really is this simple for Call of Duty. I don't know if I'm just an old head. Well, I am an old head. Maybe I'm just too old school for this. Maybe I'm just so lost in my old head Call of Duty ways, but man, it is so nice. Just playing something so simple, so classic. It's just so streamlined. The older games with the aesthetic, the factions, the settings, just everything about it was amazing. And I really do feel like, again, Call of Duty truly does have the potential to create something like this nowadays. I, again, just can't shake the thought that, dude, I feel like it's gotta be so simple for Call of Duty to do this kind of thing. Truly. Oh, hold up. Oh, see you later. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself when I say this, but my whole yapping when it comes to this old school style of Prestige Mode is not only why I feel like it's so important to have in new Call of Duties nowadays, but also why it's really helpful for a client like Horizon Modern Warfare here. when there's a natural incentive to just get on and play the game, not everything is just handed to you immediately. While again, of course, I do understand the whole I don't want to unlock things that I already unlocked 15 years ago, it brings a new breath of fresh air to something old school, like a reason to actually get on and play. Again, you wouldn't go through the 2-week Minecraft phase if it was on creative mode. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really should have talked about this sooner, and I'm very sorry that I didn't mention it sooner, but the overall security with this game. I know a lot of people when it comes to Call of Duty PC clients are worried about, is this game safe to play? From my personal experience, the way that all of these clients work in playing in server browsers are, yes, generally safer than the live versions, the live P2P matchmaking versions. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I know I'm not the best equipped to really answer that question and get into all of the specifics about how security works. I'm just speaking on personal experience from things like Ultraware and Plutonium, that they are the safer options. The clients, server browsers are the safer options. Playing this, for example, is a much better alternative than playing the real MW2 or the real MW3 on Steam without any protections, without playing on the clients. When it comes to that kind of thing, it has my vote of confidence that everything is good, but if you have very specific questions, then by all means feel free to ask in the Discord. But yeah, so with all that being said, I know there's a whole lot of yapping going on in this video, but I hope that does answer a lot of questions for you guys, especially when it pertains to the future of Modern Warfare 3 Remastered here in the mod. Yes, again, it's entirely possible that Activision can shut it down, and of course they're well within their right to, but with the client being open source, if it were to get shut down, there's probably going to be a good chance that we would see it spring up somewhere else. So right now, I don't think we need to worry about it. I really hope I don't have to eat my words on that, because again, worst case scenario, it gets launched under somewhere else and we have to reinstall a new client. Worst case scenario for us as the players. As the developers go, honestly, salutes to the devs for even doing this in the first place. So again though, I hope that answers some questions for you guys. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, comments, feel free to join the Discord, ask in the comment section. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts of everything down in the comment section below. Once again, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. It's Enrage, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.